Some cameras are easy to use, and some cameras teach you photography. Today we're taking a look at one that does both, the Canon AE-1 Program. Released in 1981, the Canon AE-1 Program helped bring photography to a much wider audience. It built on the success of the original AE-1, but added something new, a fully automatic program mode. That meant anyone could pick it up, press the shutter, and get properly exposed photos without knowing all the technical details. Unlike more modern cameras, everything here is physical. You've got real dials, a solid metal body, and that classic film advance lever. It's simple, mechanical, and very intuitive once you get the hang of it. The viewfinder is bright and clear. In the viewfinder, you'll find a lot of information. Let's take a look. You'll find a matte focusing screen, a micro prism with a split prism rangefinder, a manual aperture control LED indicator, a programmed AE control LED indicator, a camera shake warning indicator, and an aperture display. And along with that, you'll also get a flash charge completion LED display. That's when using the Canon Speedlight 188A auto exposure flash. This camera also has a variety of user-changeable focusing screens so you can change it to your liking. There's no autofocus here. Everything here is manual, and that's part of the experience. You slow down, you focus carefully, and become more intentional with every shot. It's a completely different feel compared to modern cameras. Shooting with the AE-1 program is straightforward. You can use program mode if you want the camera to handle exposure, or switch to shutter priority or manual modes for more control. Every shot feels deliberate, from focusing to advancing the film. To set the camera into program mode, you do it by turning the aperture ring to A and setting the shutter speed dial to program. Or you can set the camera into shutter priority mode by turning the lens aperture ring to A and adjusting the film speed as necessary. The AE lock, which can be found right here, can help with tricky lighting situations, such as when your subject is backlit. Image quality depends on your film and lens, but this camera delivers sharp, detailed photos. With a good Canon FD lens, you get rich colors, strong contrast, and that classic film look. These are pictures that were taken with the Canon AE-1 program. The AE-1 program does rely on a battery for its light meter and shutter. That makes it simpler than fully electronic cameras, but if it dies, you're not shooting. So remember to keep extra batteries handy. This camera uses the 6-volt alkaline LR44 silver oxide 4 SR44s or Duracell lithium PX28L batteries. So that's what they look like right here. With these cameras being old, you might run into the well-known shutter squeal, but it's usually fixable with a little lubrication. Let's talk about the pros and cons of this camera. We'll start off with the pros. This camera is iconic and has a well-built design. It's easy to learn, but offers full control. There are lots of great lens options for this camera. You'll get the classic manual shooting experience, and shutter priority is great for freezing motion or getting those blurry waterfall scenes. Now let's turn our attention to the cons. This camera does not have autofocus. It has a slower shooting experience. You may run into age-related maintenance issues like the shutter squeal that we were talking about earlier. And this camera has no aperture priority mode, so you'll need to use manual mode to take those great bokeh-filled portraits. Here are some more pictures taken with the Canon AE-1 program. The Canon AE-1 program is a surprisingly versatile film camera. It's especially well suited for certain types of users. Here's who will get the most out of it. Beginners who want to learn photography. It grows with you as your skills improve. Hands-on photographers. Every shot feels deliberate, not automatic. Photography students or hobbyists. It's basically a training ground for mastering photography. Film enthusiasts and vintage lovers. It's as much about the experience as the results. Budget-conscious shooters. It's a great value entry for film photography. Stop-action photographers. Shutter Priority allows stop-action photography or allows you to get that milky waterfall look. Who this camera is not ideal for. Point-and-shoot users. Manual focus may feel like extra work. Action or fast shooters. It's going to have a slower operation and it has no autofocus. Portrait photography beginners. There's no aperture priority, so shooting portraits will need to be done in manual mode. The Canon AE-1 program isn't just a camera, it's a learning tool. If you want to understand photography while still having the option to keep things simple, this is a great place to start. It's a different experience than many of today's cameras. It's slower, more hands-on, and very rewarding. However, if you want an easy portrait camera, you may need to look to an Aperture Priority camera. If you enjoyed this review, hit like and subscribe and check out my other film camera videos. Let me know in the comments if you would go fully manual or stick with the program mode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.